Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how I plan races, which may not work for you at this stage. I have lots of practice, but I think it's important to see. And then I'm going to show you the way I do my plan, and then I'm going to show you a nice written out version of it that you can make sense out of. But over time, you may develop your own shorthand for planning. Now, this is just my calorie plan that I'm going to share with you. There's actually a little more on it to me, my brain. I want to show you guys how I figure out calories for a race and how I plan where to put them and how to get a hold of them. So the first thing I do is I figure how long does this race take? You're new. Look up the race cutoff, write that number down, okay? Then you're going to want to figure out how many calories you need per hour. It's between 250 and 300. I usually write my plans with 250. I probably will snack at aid stations, but if I don't get a minimum of 250, that race is not happening, okay? Always, always, always plan for your crew and your pacers, anything you've organized, to fall completely apart on race morning, okay? You probably never will. You'll probably be completely fine, but always plan that way. Then you can get through the race no matter what happens. Also, thinking it through like that will help you to think about how you're going to get from A to B to C to D, because you aid station to aid station. You need to actually know where everything is and plan like that. Planning to just let other people take care of you and not think through how you're going to take care of yourself is not a path to success at hundreds. Okay, enough of that lecture. You can have crew and pacers, just do not make a plan that is reliant on them. Have drop bags. The race will have a chart. The chart will tell you what mileage each aid station is at, which aid stations have crew access, and which ones allow drop bags. Usually the day before the race or race morning, the race website will tell you, you can drop off your drop bags. They get your bib number on them. Always put your bib number. Even if they don't require it, put your last name on the bottom of them somewhere. I just stick duct tape on mine. And put the name of the aid station and the mileage. Sometimes races will call an aid station multiple things. I've gotten to a race and seen that their chart actually didn't have the name that was being used on the drop bag signs. It was close, but it was different. I always put both the name and the mile that is at. Also, it helps with my planning. Okay, so 250 times 34 hours for my next race. Let's show you that. That tells me I need 8,500 calories. Don't worry, I'll give you guys a picture of this and also show you the worksheet that I make myself. So that 8,500 calories, how will I get them? Okay, in my case, it will be from Roctane powder in my water bottle. So I'm going to put 320 calories per 22-ounce water bottle. I know my stomach tolerates this. You need to experiment on yourself. That times 1 at the start plus 14 aid stations comes out to 4,800 calories. I know you're thinking 8,500 calories, Jesus God. But so 4,800 are going to be powder. And then I'm going to have 10 Huma gels. Those are 100 calories each. That's 1,000 calories. And I'm going to have 12 speed nut gels. Some of them will be the caffeine. Some of them will be the decaf. I have those distributed based on when I think I need more caffeine, because it'll be night or it'll just be the second half of the race. That's 3,000 calories. And then I'll have 3 Cliff Double Espresso gels that I may not use at all. They're there for if the caffeine's not enough and I need 100 milligrams of caffeine because I get sleepy emergencies. It happens. All of a sudden my eyes don't work. I go right into REM while I'm trying to jog. Didn't happen to me in my first few hundreds. I think it took till my 7th one for me to start just going to sleep during races. Before then they were too exciting and I was too nervous. I stayed awake all night a lot better. Now I can do it on my feet. Just out I go, dreaming. Okay. So let's take a look at paperwork, and then I'm going to explain some more stuff. This is the plan I actually wrote for myself. See how neat that is? See how that Carmel took one look at this and went, don't even show them that. That's so damn confusing. They won't even know what the heck they're looking at. But for me, this is a complete 100-mile race plan. It's got all my own little codes. I know P is powder. I know G is gel. I know which gels I'm going to use when. These are times that I have to have a speed nut gel no matter what. It doesn't mean that's all my calories, but these are spots where I know the gaps are long enough that I'll actually have a version of this written neatly, laminated, and I'll carry it with me so that I don't even need the powders because it's every aid station. But I wrote it out of habit because some races will have aid stations 2 or 3 miles apart, and it's too soon for me to refill my powder. So I will occasionally have a little X instead of a P to tell me that I don't put powder in my water bottle at that aid station. In this case, I actually won't have to bother at all. Okay? So now let's look at my nice neat version that I made for you guys. Here's the nice neat version that I'm actually going to post a picture of when I post this video. And it actually has the very minimal amount of information that you need to remember out of everything that I'm telling you on this video. Super convenient. Okay, so how will I distribute those calories? What I will do is I will look at that aid station chart, and usually I would use, often I will actually have 3 drop bags. In this case, I'm just going to use 2. I'm going to put them at mile 33 and 67. And that is going to give me about a third of my calories in each bag. It's not quite identical to that, but it's close. And then I write down, I don't just write what goes in my drop bags, I write down what goes in my start bag. And I'll actually have one Ziploc that has all the calories I plan to start with if I'm traveling to a race. If it were local, I guess I'd already have them in my race pack at home. But here's the thing. You can't think. When you get into 3 or 4 days before a race on taper, your brain is not going to work. So you want to actually do this a couple weeks out. I'm actually 2.5 weeks out from my 100, and I have this plan. I made this plan last week because I know my brain's not going to work right. So I'll actually have a bag, a Ziploc, 1 quart Ziploc with a piece of duct tape on it, and it will say start, and then it will list all of the calories that are supposed to go in it. And that is going to go into my drop bag, okay? Its own bag, it goes into my, well, that one won't, but then for each drop bag, I'll have a 1 quart Ziploc that says on it which drop bag it goes in by number, and then what is supposed to be in it, so that I can look at it, I can look through it, and I can tell if I actually packed all of my calories. Calories are the single most important thing. You guys are going to get so tired, like, why does she keep saying this? Start slow, eat your calories. DNFs happen because people are undercaloried and they overpace. It's very important. So important. Oh my God. You guys are going to understand someday. So I will have 1 quart Ziploc with just calories in it inside each drop bag, and it will say what goes in it. So when I'm traveling, if I'm flying or if I'm traveling a longer distance, I can actually put all my nutrition in one bag and then distribute it very easily. If you do not have the things labeled like this, you're going to think you forgot things, you're going to pack them wrong, you're going to miss stuff, I promise. Write it all out, organize what goes where, and then write it right on those bags, and then as I pack them, I can pack everything in them and count it and see it written on the bag and look through the bag and see that I put it in there. I promise you, you'll get this crazy. Not everyone. Some people will just see to the pants it, but it's far. Enough bad things are going to happen in 100 miles. It's going to be hard enough. You do not need to add to your difficulty. No, you don't. So again, oh, look, I figured out how to reverse my phone. Here you can see there's my start. I put the cliff in parentheses there. Same thing here. There's my drop bag 1, mile 33. Mile 67, my drop bag 2. These are the things that will have to go in it. Now, actually, I will also have a little baggie in this one that has backup salt pills, a little baggie of salt, and some Tums. Because I always keep that. I may not have to pick it up, but I'll throw it in with the calories so that if I'm at all low, or if I somehow lose something, I can pick up another one at mile 67. I won't put it back up at 33 because I'm going to be starting with enough salt and Tums to get through it. But I like to have a backup on the course. Sometimes I run into some poor struggling soul, and I share my stuff with them, and then I pick up my backup at 67. Sometimes that backup is actually closer to the halfway, but I don't have a halfway drop bag at this one. I don't think I'll need it. So, there you go. That's how you organize your calories for 100 miles. Now, Carmel has a different strategy and is going to do much more detailed. And she also can do her thing all with computer things. I am old. I got my first cell phone when I was 30, and I also just like the process of writing it out. I really like the process of taking a pen and a piece of paper and writing the things out. And writing out the whole list of aid stations. And sticking it inside of packing tape and sticking it to my water bottle so I can check it as I'm going, have a list of aid stations on your water bottle. You just look and you go, okay, I'm at an aid station. There's the next one I'm going to. That's how far it is. Oh, shit, that's 8 miles. Okay, I need to drink extra water at this one. I actually went through my calories early. I need to grab extra calories. You need to have that information with you. Do not trust your memory. Do not. Brains don't work during hundreds very well. Okay? So that's it. And enjoy looking at this information.